Hello guys, today we're going to be solving O-level mathematics paper 12. This is of the May June 2025 series. So question 1 we have over here 6 minus 2 bracket minus 4. So we all should be knowing BODMAS, which is brackets operation, division, multiplication, addition, and then subtraction. That is the order of procedure that we need to be following. So first we'll be solving the brackets, which is minus 2 multiplied by minus 4, which would be 6, which would be equivalent to plus 8. So 6 plus 8, and we have our answer, which is 14. It would be a good idea to write on the dotted answers on the dotted line. Otherwise, the examiner may not count your answer. Next, we have 80 into 0.2. Since there are two numbers behind the decimal points, it will be here, the point, 16.0. We have 2 over 9 divided by 5 over 6. So it will be 2 over 9 multiplied by 6 over 5. 12 over 45. Now we should simplify it. So this would be equivalent to 4 since 3 fours are 12. And this would be equivalent to 15 since 15s are 45. So that would be our final answer. Next, a bag contains 11 balls. So total equals 11. There are 5 blue balls and 4 yellow balls. The rest of the balls are green. So since 5 are blue, 4 are yellow, and the total are 9. So total are 11. So 11 minus 9 would be 2. 2 would be green. A ball is taken from the bag at random. Find the probability that the ball is yellow. Since there are 4 balls that are yellow in color and 11 in total, the answer would be 4 out of 11. Not blue. Since 5 are blue, 11 minus 5, we are left with 6. So obviously 6 would be not blue. The total are 11, so 6 by 11. The area of one facing cube is 9 centimeters square. On the 1 centimeter grid, draw an accurate net of the cube. So this one block is equal to 1 centimeter cube and the 1 centimeter square. And the area of the whole cube is 9 centimeters square, right? One cube is equal to 1 centimeter, right? So area is equal to centimeter into centimeter, right? So that would be giving us 3. If we multiply 3 centimeter by 3 centimeter, we would be getting 9 centimeters square. So that's what we're gonna do. It Since the cube has about 6 faces, right? We're gonna be drawing 6 faces, each of length 3 centimeter and breadth 3 centimeter. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yours should be a little bit more straighter. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now, that is your answer. Since the area of one face of a cube is 9 centimeters square, and one of this is equal to 1 centimeter, you can count the number of cubes inside of one face, and you can see that the answer would always be 9. If we count over here, one box, two box, three box, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. See, we get 9. The same is the case with this face. 3, 6, 9. 3, 6, 9. 3, 6, 9. 3, 6, 9. And that's what would happen in each and every box. So this is your answer. And you get 3 marks for that. Okay, so the next question is AEC and BED are straight lines. So AEC, this, and BED, this are straight lines. Find the value of x. We need to find this. So we can see that two sides of triangle EDC are equal. When two sides of a triangle are equal, that means it is an isosceles triangle. And for isosceles triangles, two angles are the same. So this angle would be the same as this angle. So this is also 35 degrees. Now all the angles inside a triangle add up to 180, right? So 180 minus 35 plus 35. This would be 110. Now since this angle is 110 and both of these are opposite, so opposite angles are equivalent. So this would also be 110. Now we already have this angle which is 48. So 110 plus 48 would be subtracted from 180. So, so it should be 22 degrees. Next, we have this question. So we open the brackets. 20 minus 5x is equal to 35. The minus 5x is equal to 35 minus 20. Minus 5x is equal to 15. So x is equal to minus 3. Okay, so for this question, we're going to measure this distance. It's approximately 6.6 according to my scale, but your scales would be a bit different since you're doing it on paper. Then we're gonna multiply 6.6 and 5 to get x. We're gonna cross multiply 6.6 and 5. So 6.6 over 5, uh, 30, 33. So we get 33.0, 33 kilometers. Village C is on a bearing of 060 from village A. So you need a protractor for this, guys. I don't have one, but what we would do is I'm going to give you a rough estimate of the answer. So village C would be on a bearing of 0. So it would be from 60 degrees from here, right? Which would be about here, somewhere on the lines of this. And village C is on a bearing of 320 degrees from village B. So 320 would be somewhere around here. This would be the intersection point, and this would be village C. Okay, next, we need to find the cube under root of 125. You guys should know this mentally, but we're going to solve it as well. 3 under root should be 5 cube, right? And then the cube root and cube cancel out each other. Power minus 2. So 1 over 4 squared. Since once it goes in the denominator, the sign changes. So it will be 1 over 16. Now we have this we have this scatter diagram. I need to plot some points. So the distance would be for this one 4.2, and that is right about here. And then the time would be 52 minutes. So over here, this is one. Then we have nine, and nine is over here, and 116. Then we have 3.8 and 49. Now see, 49 isn't clearly marked here on the scale. So we're gonna put it in the middle of 48 and 40, or 48 and 50. Right about here. Then we have 5.6, which should be here, and 62, right? 62 is over here. So we've plotted our diagram. Now we need to draw a line of best fit. To draw a line of best fit, we're gonna need to put equal number of points above the line and equal below the line. It isn't a rule, but you're best off if you do it. So we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 points, right? So five above, five below. So we have one, two, we have 1, 4, 5 points above and 5 points below. Asha goes for a walk. She walks a distance of 6.8 kilometers. So she walks this much, and use your line of best fit to estimate the time Asha walks. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna see at what point the line of best fit crosses 6.8 kilometers. That is right about here. Then we're gonna look at the time at this point, which is 78 minutes. Next, we need to round off each number to one significant figure, and then we need to find an estimate for the area. Notice that it says estimate. So 87.1 to one significant figure would be 90. Zero doesn't count as a significant figure unless you want it to. So 23.6 to one significant figure would be 20. So 90 into 20, 9 times 2 is 18, and then two zeros. Write 228 as a product of its prime factors. 2, 114, 2, 7, 57, 3, 19, 19, 1. 228 square is equal to 51984, right? 51984 as a product of its prime factors. So 228 whole square is equal to 2 square into 3 into 19 whole square, right? So 228 whole square is equal to 2 square into 3 whole square into 19 whole square. So 2 power 4 into 3 square into 19 power 2. And that is your answer, Lee. The mass of a small box is X, the mass of a large box is Y. The total mass of 4 small boxes and 6 large boxes is 30 kg. So that 2x plus 3y is equal to 15. So we know 4 small box is x, right? And large box is y. So 4x plus 6y is equal to 30. Now we take 2 common. 2x plus 3y is equal to 30. We take 2 on the other side and divide it, which should be left with 2x plus 3y equals 30 over 2. So 2x plus 3y is equal to 15. The total mass of 6 boxes and one large box is 13 kg. Use this information to write down an equation in terms of x and y. So 6x plus y is equal to 13. Solve the simultaneous equations to find the mass of a small box and the mass of a large box. You must show all your working. So what the one equation that we have is 6x plus y is equal to 13. And the other that we have is 2x plus 3y is equal to 15. I'm just going to number these equations so it's easier for us to understand. 1, 2. Now notice that the first equation, it's easier to make a variable the subject of a formula. So therefore we're going to use the first equation. Y is equal to 13 minus 6x. We're going to plug in the value of y in the second equation. 2x plus 39 is equal to 2x plus 39 minus 18x is equal to 15. We add the x's, which would be minus 16x. We take 39 on the other side, 15 minus 39. So 16x would be equal to minus 24. So x would be minus 24 over minus 16. Minus minus cancel out. So it should be 12 over 8, 6 over 4, 3 over 2. So x is, so notice that x was a small box, right? So the small box would be 3 over 2. Now we have to put the value of 3 over 2 in, in an equation. So 6, 3 over 2, since x is 3 over 2, right? Plus y is equal to 13. So 1, 3. So 3 into 3 is 9 plus y is equal to 13. Y is equal to 13 minus 9. So y is equal to 4. And that's your answer. Okay, the next question is of transformations. I don't have tracing paper with me right now, so I won't be able to solve this question on the on this. However, you can use it. You can also calculate it algebraically to a method. But we can clearly tell with this one, it's a easier one, that it's rotating around 90 degrees. Around center minus 2, 1. Draw the image of triangle after reflection in line x equals to minus 2. Okay, so the part A, thing I need to mention is that notice that it's for 3 marks. 1 mark is for each point. 1 mark is for the center. 1 mark is for what's happening, whether it's rotating or getting enlarged or whatever. And 1 mark is for the direction. See, I said clockwise, and the angle. The angle it is rotating. Now we need to draw, for party, you need to draw the image of triangle after reflection. The line x is minus 1. So line x is equal to minus 1 is this one, right? X is minus 1 on at this point. So now we need to translate point triangle A. So we're going to look at the distance from the line x is equal to -1 from the main triangle, right? So notice that there are two boxes from here to the line. So we'll do the same on this side. From this point, there are four boxes, so we'll do the same. From this point, there are five boxes, so we'll do the same. Now you're gonna just join the points, and we get the new triangle. Yours should be straighter. Probably use a scale. I'm doing it on an iPad, so now we need to find the value of k. We should probably read the whole question. It says triangle A is enlarged with a scale factor k and center 0, 0. So this triangle A, is enlarged at a scale factor that we need to find out around center 0, 0. Triangle C is an enlarged image of triangle A after enlargement. The coordinates of one vertex of triangle C are 12, comma 3. So the coordinates of all points are of A are 1, 1. I'm going to do the rough work here. You should probably do it on the blank page in your exam. In fact, you have to do it there and mention the question that you're doing the rough work of. 101 equals A, and A is equal to 101. B is equal to C is equal to, what is B equal to? We'll take this point as A, this as B, and this as C. So B is 3 and 2, and C is 4 and 1. So it's saying that one vertex becomes 12, 3. So we need, out of all of these, we need to notice which one can become 12, 3. One multiplied with this with something. So one can't become it because if we multiply it with 12, so it would be 12, 12. So it would never be 12, 3 basically. If you multiply it with a number. 3 over 3, 2 couldn't be it either. Because if you multiply it by a number, say 4, it would become 12, 8. But this one can be. So what we need to notice is by how much we need to multiply it, right? So 4 multiplied by 3 is 12 and 1 multiplied by 3 is 3. So if you multiply by this, it would be 12, 3. Now you're going to do the same with all of three of them. And now you found out all 3 points. We also found the value of k since it was multiplied by 3 to get 12, 3, right? So we got the answer k is 3, 3. Now we also know the other 2 points, which are a is 3, 3, and the other one is 9, 6. I'm going to remove all of this so that we can solve the next question easily. In a shop, in a sales shop reduces all prices by 20. So notice it all prices. A coat costs 85%, $85 before the sale. So 100% of the price is 85. After the sale, work out the price, right? So now it's 80% of the total price, right? And we need to find it. So 100x is equal to 85 into 80. We're going to cross multiply, right? X is equal to 85 into 80 80 over 100. 1, 0, and 80, 0 cancel out each other. 85 times 8 divided by 10. 85, 8, 0, 4, 64, 68. 680 over 10 is $68. The sale price of a shirt is $40. Work out a total cost. Work out the cost of the sale before the about the shirt before the sale, right? So 100% is what we need to find out. The 100% price, right? So right now it's selling for $40 and its percentage of the original price is 80. We cross multiply again. So 104,000 over 80. Zero zeros cancel out. 200 over 4. 100 over 2. 50 over 1. Now we need to find out the column vector AB. So AB is equal to B minus A. We know what B is and we know what A is. We so 6 plus 4, since minus minus come plus, 1 multiply with other, 1 minus 5. So so 10 minus 4. Find the coordinates of point C. We know what BC is. So BC would be equal to C minus B. We don't know what C is, right? And we know the points of BC, which are minus 3, minus 4, C minus 6, 1. So minus 3, minus 4, plus 6, 1 is equal to C. So 3 minus 3 is equal to C. Okay, so for question 14 part C, what we're gonna do is ABCD is a trapezium. AB is parallel to DC and AB is equal to 2DC. Find the coordinates of point D. So what we know is we know AB, right? Oh, from over here, 10 minus 4. So 10 minus 4 is equal to 2DC. So we don't know DC, but we don't know DC, but what we can do is, 1 second, guys. Yeah. So right, we don't know DC. So as we did over here, AB is equal to B minus C. B minus C, we can do the same here. DC is equal to C minus D. We already know what C is, right? So C is 3 minus 3. Minus 3. So 2, 3 minus 3 minus D. A simpler method is take 2 on the other side and divide it. Since it's being multiplied here, so it would be 5 minus 2 is equal to 3 minus 3 minus d. So we'll take d on the other side is equal to 3 minus 3, and we'll bring 5 minus 2 on this side. So it will be subtracted. So d is equal to 3 minus 3 minus 5 plus 2. So now that we do it, it would be d is equal to minus 2 and minus 1. So the top number is the x coordinate and the bottom one is the y coordinate. Next question, find the length AD. Give your answer as a stated in simplest form. So now surds are a new topic that has been added by Cambridge. First, it was just an A level topic. Now it's in O levels as well. It's a simple topic. The formula for length of a line is x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square, right? We need to, so we need to have 2 points. We do have 2 points. We need to have the points A and D. A is minus 4, 5, and D is, as we found out above, minus 2, minus 1. So we're gonna take this as x1, this is y1, this is x2, this is y2. So plug in x2 is minus 2, minus x1, which is minus 4, whole square plus y2, which is minus 1, and minus y1, which is 5, whole square. So which is equal to minus 2 plus 6. So 4 whole square, minus 2 plus 4. So 2 whole square, and plus minus 6 whole square. So it should be 4 plus 36, which is equal to 40 under root. Now we need to give it in its simplest form. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 4 times 10, right? Under root. It's the same thing. 4 times 10 is 40. Now 4 under root and 10 under root, right? It's still the same thing. But now 4, it can be 4 is a perfect square, right? So we can write this as 2 into 10 power 10 under root 10. So this would be our simplest answer. Next is another series question, 175 minus square root of 175 minus square root of 28. Now notice both of these numbers, out of both of them, none of them are perfect squares, right? So for this, what we're gonna do is square root of 175 would be, mm, let's think of a number. What we could do is we could prime factorize them. So 5, 5, and 7. And for 28, it would be 2, 14, 2, 7, 7, 1. So 5 into 5 into 7 minus 2 into 2 into 7. So 5 square into 7 minus 2 square into 7. So 5 square into 7 square is minus 2 square into square root of 7, right? I'm just going to remove this so that we can solve the question further. So 5 square root and square cancel out each other. So 5 into under root 7 minus 2 square and 2 square root and square root cancel each other. So 2 into under root 7. So 5 under root 7 minus 2 under root 7. Now both of the numbers under roots are same, so now we can subtract them. So it will be 3 under root 7. Now when you rationalize this denominator, so 1 under root 5 will be multiplied by negative under root of 5 on both sides, above and below. So the negative, so it will be negative 5 over negative 5 squared. So the negative cancel out each other, and the in the denominator the square root and the square cancel out each other, right? So it will be under root 5 over 5. Now we need to find out the median of this cumulative frequency diagram. The total is 80. So the median would be half of that, which is 40. 40 is over here, and this says 32 minutes. The interquartile range is the upper quartile minus the lower quartile. So 3 by 4 if 80 is the upper quartile minus the lower quartile, which is 1 by 4 of 80. 1 by 4 of 80 is 20. So the 20th term minus the 3 by 4 into 80 is going to be 60. 60th time. So 20, so the 60th time, which is over here, minus the 20th time, which is over here. Now when you subtract both, 60th time would be 35 and the 20th would be 20. So 35 minus 20, which would be 15 minutes. The number of people had a journey of 40 minutes or more. So the time of 40 minutes is over here. So when you calculate how many people were above this, more than this, so this would be this side, right? So the number from 40 to 80 is 8. Next, we need to say that each of the 80 people also record their journey time from work to home that day. The table shows the results. Jay says the journey times from home to work are more consistent than the journey times from work to home. Is Jay correct? Explain how you decide. So the median that we found out was 32, and the time that we had and the interquartile range that we had was 15, right? So therefore, J was correct since the time is lower, both of them. The equation of line 3y plus 5y plus 3x is equal to 10. Rearrange it to make y the subject of the formula. Simple, we take 3x on the other side, and then we divide the whole equation by 5. Now line P is perpendicular to line L. Line L is this one, right? So line P passes with the 0.67. Find the equation of line P. So since it's perpendicular, so the perpendicular line has a negative reciprocal. Its gradient is the negative reciprocal of the line L, right? So for line L, we have y is equal to 10 over 5 minus 3x, which is equal to minus 3 over 5x, right? So which is equal to 2 minus 3 over 5x. Now, if you look at the equation of we can make this rearrange this into minus 3 by 5 x plus 2, right? So y is equal to mx plus c. That's the equation of a line. M is the gradient. Now, if we look at this, we can clearly tell that minus 3 by 5 is a gradient by looking at the equation. So since minus 3 by 5 this is a gradient of line L, so the gradient of line T would be the negative reciprocal of that. So this is negative, it will be positive, and it will be 5 over 3. We've already been given points of line P, which it passes through, so we don't need to calculate the midpoint or anything. So it's a simple question. What we need to do is plug in the value into the equation, which is y minus y1 equals to m x minus x1. M is a gradient, right? As we've already discussed. So y1 would be 7, right? And equals to 3 by, no, 5 by 3 x minus x1, which is 6. So y minus 7 is equal to 5 by 3 x minus 1 cancel out with 6. So 2. So y minus uh 10. We take 7 on the other side, which would be mm, y is equal to 5 by 3x minus 3, as I've written here. The side motion of the cyclist between time is 40 and time is 100. So between this and this, we can see that it has a constant gradient and it's a speed time graph. So we can see that the speed is constant throughout the time. It is not changing. So that is what we need to write. Then the acceleration of the cyclist between t is 0 between this point and t is 40 between this point is 0.25 meters per second square, right? So show that v is equal to 10. We need to show that this part is 10. So formula for acceleration is 0.25 is equal to final velocity, which is supposedly, which is v, right? And in minus initial velocity. Initial velocity is 0, as you can see, divided by time. Time is 40. So 40 into 0.25 is 10, which is equal to v, since 0 doesn't really have any significance. The total distance traveled by the cyclist between t is equal to 0 and t is equal to 1.4 kilometers, and t is equal to t is equal to 1.4 kilometers. Find the value of t. So for a speed time graph, the distance traveled is the area under the graph. So we can clearly, we need to calculate the area under the graph of this graph, right? We can see that it is divided into three shapes. The examiner has already done that for us. A triangle over here, a rectangle over here, and a triangle over here. So it's relatively easy for us now. So for the first triangle, what we're gonna do is we're gonna calculate the area on the graph. So the height is 10 and the length is 40. So area of a triangle is 1 by 2 into base, which is 40 into height, which is 10. Now we're gonna, all of this added up is 1400 meters. Since it's 1.4 kilometers, but the values we're doing are in meters, so we'll just convert kilometers into meters. 1 kilometer has 1000 meters in it, so we'll multiply this 1.4 kilometers by 1000 to get the answer. Now for the other rectangle, which is over here, we'll get 60, which is the breadth, since 100 minus 40 into 10. And then we'll have this triangle to find out. So t is obviously going to be bigger since it's further on the y-axis. So it would be, and the height we already know is 10. So 1 by 2 into 10 into t minus 100 is equal to 1400. Now we're going to solve this. So 200 plus 600 plus 5 into t minus 100 is equal to 1400. So 1400 minus we're gonna add 600 and 200 and then take it on the other side, which will be 1400 minus 1800 is 5t minus 100. So 1400 minus 800 is 600, and then we're gonna put 500 and then t minus 100. So 600 divided by 5 is equal to 120. 120, and then we're gonna take 500 on the other side, and that would be give us 3, which is 620. I think I've done something wrong here, so I'm just gonna double check. Maybe some error in the calculation. Ah, I accidentally wrote this as 500. This is 100. And then when I take 100 on this other side, it would be 220. So sorry for that. Next, we need to do this question. For this, your identities need to be really strong. So we're going to take 3 common x squared minus 4 over 2x squared. So we can solve this by Milton breaking. We need a number that when multiplied is going to be equivalent to 28, and when added, both the numbers are going to be equivalent to 11. So the numbers I can think of are 7 and 4. When you multiply them, you get 28, and when you add them, you get 11. So 2x squared plus 4x plus 7x plus 14. So 3x squared minus 4. So 2 common x plus 2, and then 7 common x plus 2. 3, you get x plus. Now, notice in the upper bracket, you can use an identity. A square minus b square is equal to a plus b, a minus b. So x plus 2, x minus 2 is equal to 2x plus 7, and then x plus 2. So x plus 2 and x plus 2 get cancelled out. You're left with 3x minus 2 and 2x plus 7. Now the next question is of recurring decimals, another topic that was newly added into the syllabus. So now what we're gonna do is for this question, 0.17, we're gonna write it as 0.1717 since both the numbers are gonna keep on occurring. X is equal to 0.17, 0.17. We're gonna multiply both sides by 100. So 100x is equal to 17.17. So x, we're gonna now subtract both of them. So 99x is equal to 17. So x is equal to 17 over 99. So now x plus 5 by 9. We need to make the denominator same, so we multiply by 11. So 17 plus 55 over 99. 17 plus 55 is 72, so 72 over 99. Now both of these numbers are divisible by 3 since we need to give our answer in its simplest form. So 33 and this would be 24. So that is our final answer. And that is an easy 4 marks. Now this question is again of vectors. We need to find AX. We need to find this line, right? So for AX, we can find AB. Since we know that AX is 3 parts and AB is 2 parts of this line. So if we find AB, we can use this ratio. A to O to A is A, but we need to find A to O, right? So A to O would be the negative O to A. So minus A and then plus B. Find X to C. Oh no, sorry. We need to find A to B, right? So minus A to B would be, we need to find A to X. So A to B would be minus A plus B, and then 3 by 5 of that would be A to X. Since this whole line is equal to, since A to X is 3 by 5 of A to B. Since the total 3 plus 2 is 5, and think of it as this way. If there are 5 pizzas, A to X has 3 of them and A to B has 2, right? So if line AB has 5 pizzas, 3 of them would go to line AX. So that's how it's done. Now we define XC. X to C is, now this is a question which people found quite difficult, but we can see that line A to C and line O to B are parallel to each other and they both intersect each other, right? At one point, at these points. So we can say that these triangles are mathematically similar since they're parallel lines and they're intersecting each other. So we could use ratios for this question. So AC over OB is equal to AX over XB. So AC over B is equal to 3 by 5 B minus A over 2 by 5 B minus A. So AX we've already calculated, which is 3 by 5 A minus A plus B. I just switched around the variables, so it's easier to look at. And then we also know XB, which since this is 2 by 5, right? Since this is 3 by 5. So we knew that this would be 2 by 5 minus AB. OB we knew we've been given, which is B. Now we just need to solve it. B minus A get cancelled out, 5 get cancelled out. So AC over B is equal to 3 by 2. So XC would be found by XA plus AC. So minus 3 by 5 B minus A plus 3 by 2 B. We just multiplied B on the other side, right? So 3 by 2 B, which is equal to 3 by 5 A minus 3 by 5 B plus 3 by 2 B. We're going to take B common. And that is our final answer. But that is not our final answer. We're gonna need to, since we're gonna need to do it in its simplest form, what we're gonna do is we're gonna solve the brackets as well. This is our final answer. Now we need to perform the completing square method on this. So x squared plus 4x, we need to split, we need to have 4, which half of 4 is 2 square minus 2 square. Since we added it, we also need to subtract it to balance the equation. And then we minus 12. X plus 2 whole square, since this is 2, right? And then minus 4 minus 12. So x plus 2 whole square minus 16. Now we need to find, use our answer in pi to find the coordinates of turning point of graph. So since x plus 2 is equal to 0, so x is equal to minus 2, and then the other minus 16 is the y coordinate. Let's get the graph. So to sketch the graph, you need the x-intercepts, and you also need the y-intercepts. We have the turning point already. So for the x-intercepts, what we're going to do is we're going to put y as 0 in the equation. Y is equal to x plus 2 whole square minus 16. So 0 is equal to x plus 2 whole square minus 16. So 16 is equal to x plus 2 whole square. So it's gonna be plus 4 is equal to x plus 2, since we took under root on both sides, right? Or it's gonna be minus 4 is equal to x plus 2. So it's either going to be equal to 2 is equal to x, or minus 6 is equal to x. We have the x-intercepts, and now we need the y-intercepts. So the y-intercepts, we're going to put x as 0 in the equation. So 0 plus 2 whole square minus 16. So y is equal to 2 whole square minus 16. So y is equal to 4 minus 16. Y is equal to minus 12. Now that we have everything, all we need to do is draw the graph. So x is equal to 2. So for these type of questions, we aren't given a scale. The examiner just wants a rough idea that we know where the x coordinates are, we know where the turning point is, and further. So 2 would be somewhere around here, right? According to common sense. And then another minus 6 would be somewhere around here. The turning point we've already calculated. Minus 2 would be somewhere here, and minus 16 would be somewhere here. Then we that's about all we need. And then the y-intercept would be somewhere around here, minus 12. So since x-ray is positive over here, it would be a downward facing parabola. So like this, x, notice that the turning point is here. Your graph should be neater, but that's about it. Now that we are on our final question. So OAB is a minus sector, OAB. So this is a minus sector, right? And OCD, this is a major sector. So OC and ODB, this and this are straight lines. OC is equivalent to 6 centimeter, so 6 cm, and OA is 9 cm. Since OA is 9 cm, OB would also be 9 cm. And the length of minor arc, this is equal to 5 pi. We need to find the area of the major sector, and we need to give our answer in terms of pi. Since it's a non-calculated paper, the examiner would never ask you to solve pi. So what we're going to do is we're going to find the area of OAB, and then we're going to subtract it from what. Okay, we're going to be solving this question now, question 23. Okay, so now we're going to be solving this question, question 23, right? I've already labeled out this. This is OC is 6 centimeter, OA is 9 centimeter. Since OA is 9 centimeter, OB would also be 9 centimeter, and the eye length AB is 5 pi, right? So formula for, we need to find the area of the major sector OCD. We need to find this, right? So for that, first we're gonna find out angle OAB, which is this one right here. So that we can find out the area of the major sector of this sector right here, and then we'll find out the area of OCD, and then we'll subtract both the values. That's my game plan right here. So for the angle AOD, we would get 5 pi is equal to x over 360 into 2 pi r, which is the formula for arc length. X over 360, angle over 360 into 2 pi r. So since we already have 5 pi, so it will be 5 equals to x over 360 into 2 power 9. Since this pi and this pi cancel out each other, so 5 is equal to x over 360 into 18. 5 is equal to x over 360. Not x over 360, we're gonna simplify the equation a bit. We're gonna do 180 over 9. Since both are divisible with 2. So 9 ones are 9 and 9 20s are 180. So it's going to be 5 equals to x over 20. So 100 is equal to x. So this angle is equal to 100. So if this angle is equal to 100, this would be, angle OCD would be 100, 360 minus 100. So this would be 260 degrees. So now we need to find out the area, right? So area of OCD, of the major sector OCD, area of a sector is equal to a angle over 360 into pi r square. So angle we know is 260 over 360 into pi, and we know r. If this is 6 and this the whole thing is no, and the angle we also the radius we also know. So 6 square, right? So 0 0 cancel out, 26 over 36 into pi 36. 36 and 36 cancel out with each other. So 26 pi is the answer. Thank you for watching, guys.